Welcome to Spectator Sport. It's sponsored by SpectatorSport.com. I'm Zach Roach.
I'm Adewale.
This is episode number 30. We call it the Terrell Davis edition. The guy who helped John Elway finally get those Super Bowl rings. Shout out to Terrell Davis. He was a big time running back for the Denver Broncos. We got a big show for you today. We talking Bears football, NFC North Champions. Of course, we got the great, the surprising, in the awful, and much, much more. Make sure you go on SpectatorSport.com, go to the YouTube page and subscribe, hit that button, check out the videos. We got previous shows, previous clips, and much, much more to go. But first, we're gonna get into Pro Bowl. When is the last time we heard some Bears make the Pro Bowl?
It's about time, man.
It is about time, but we're not just gonna exclusively talk about the Bears right here. We're gonna. It was a good list. For the most part, they got it right. A lot of good players this year. A lot of people had some good seasons. But we're gonna talk about some snubs right quick, right?
Yeah.
First, who was your number one offensive Pro Bowl snub this year?
Okay, well, you know what? Isn't it about time that Juju Smith-Schuster get out the shadow of Antonio Brown?
Yeah.
Okay, Juju Smith-Schuster, he's the offensive Pro Bowl snub of the year.
Yeah.
The man is number 6 in the NFL in receiving yards per game and receptions, okay? And yes, the Pittsburgh Steelers deserve 2 first ballot Pro Bowl wide receivers on their team. Juju Smith-Schuster, he deserved to be on the team right now, but he was snubbed, definitely.
Absolutely. I definitely agree with you. And Juju Schuster is having a monster season this year. And so they got to give him some love. Mine is Christian McCaffrey. Now, he might be hurt because of the losing streak that the Panthers went on. Maybe they're looking at their record. But if you look at his numbers, oh my, 979 rushing yards, 9 TDs rushing, 9 touchdowns running the football, 94 receptions.
Wow, that's a lot.
94 receptions. He's got 15 total TDs. He's 4th in all-purpose yards, 1,742. Christian McCaffrey has been a one-man wrecking crew in Carolina, so I thought he should have got in. But it's hard to argue when the NFC, the people before him is Ty Gurley, Ezekiel Elliott, and Saquon Barkley.
It was a toss-up between Barkley and McCaffrey in my book.
Yeah.
They could have went with either one there.
Yeah, but I thought Christian McCaffrey is having a phenomenal year. He's running the ball and leads the team in rushing and receiving.
Mm-hmm.
That's big time. Defensive
snub of the year. Okay, now look. This guy right here, he has the NFL record for consecutive games with a sack. 10 straight games with a sack. I'm talking about Chiefs defensive end Chris Jones. Okay,
nice
this
one.
guy is top 5 in the NFL in tackles for loss and sacks, and he has a pick 6 this season. All right, this guy, the fans, the coaches, and the players totally dropped the ball on this one. Chris Jones, right? He gets quarterback hits, pass defended, everything, tackles, and he's doing his job. He's out there. He has about 14 sacks this year, 14 and a half sacks. I mean, this guy is the biggest. He's not only the defensive snub of the year, he's the NFL snub, overall snub of the year. Chris Jones with the Chiefs.
That was a snub, and I definitely looked at him as well. But I'm gonna go with the Dallas rookie linebacker, Leighton Vander Esch. Did I say that right?
They call him LVE.
Yeah, LVE. I mean, the Dallas Cowboys was a team when Sean Lee got hurt, which he got hurt every single year. They just fell through. The defense just collapsed. But they drafted this guy out of Boise State in the first round, number 19 pick. He has solidified that defense. He has become the leader of that defense. And now Dallas is a top 5 defense. And he has a lot to do with 89 solo tackles, 114 total, 2 INTs. He's just been balling out, and he's really took control of that defense and helped take Dallas defense and help them get in the playoffs the way by his leadership and the rest of the defense. So I'm going to go with him. Now, I hate to do this, but we got to. We got to keep it real. We keep it real on Spectator Sport. Who shouldn't have made the Pro Bowl? Who you think shouldn't have made it? Who are you impeaching? If we was running for office and we won, but no, you got to get out of there. Who getting out of office?
I'm going to go ahead and impeach the Chargers wide receiver Keenan Allen. Okay, I like the guy, but I'm taking you off the Pro Bowl team. You have been impeached, okay, because I'm putting Juju Smith-Schuster in, okay? Smith-Schuster has 200 more receiving yards than Keenan Allen. He has 7 more receptions, okay? He's better than Keenan Allen. He's having a better season. I'm taking Keenan Allen off.
Yeah, I'm taking this might be unpopular. I'm taking Tom Brady off. Tom Brady, don't get me wrong, he's still the GOAT. There's no doubt about it. But for this season, we're only talking about this season. It's not like he's been terrible. But the other guy that I may have picked up for my snub is Andrew Luck.
Okay.
Andrew Luck is balling out. He's got 34 TDs this year. 34 compared to Brady's 24. And he's took the Colts team without him. They have been terrible. But when he plays, that team is totally different. That team is on another level. So I would take Tom Brady. I think Tom Brady, don't get me wrong, he hasn't been terrible this year. He hasn't been bad. He's still been a good quarterback. But Andrew Luck has been much better than him this season. Just this season. I think Tom Brady and maybe Aaron Rodgers as well, they make it off name.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
They make it off their pass. And look, they're Hall of Famers. He's still a GOAT. But this season, I don't think he should have made the Pro Bowl. Absolutely not. Defensive. Who you impeaching on defense?
Well, Chargers fans are going to hate me, but I'm taking another Charger off the Pro Bowl team. I'm taking Melvin Ingram, the defensive end. I'm taking him off. I'm taking him off the Pro Bowl. On the Pro Bowl ballots, they had him labeled as defensive end, the same label that Chris Jones got from the Chiefs. Okay, so Chris Jones has more forced fumbles, passes defended, and quarterback hits than Melvin Ingram. He has a whole lot more sacks and tackles for loss than Melvin Ingram. Melvin Ingram does not have double-digit sacks this year. Okay, I'm taking him. I don't know how he snuck past Chris Jones to get on the team. All right, so it's a lot of Charger love going on with the Pro Bowl.
They got seven.
Yeah,
they got 7.
I'm taking 2 off. Y'all had 5 in the Spectator Sporting first ballot Pro Bowl. Okay, so yeah, his spot belongs to Chris Jones. So yeah, I would impeach Melvin Ingram off the team.
Anthony Barr of the Vikings. I know he is good, and he's been good in the past, but this year he really has not been that good. And there's a lot more deserving players that could have won before him. He really only has 21 pressures, and his coverage has not been. He's been torched in coverage this year.
Yeah.
He's been torched. I mean, he's been picked on and everything. So, and he still made the Pro Bowl. That was shaky.
That's that Vikings love. That's that Vikings defense.
Yeah,
they got that reputation. And
I get it. I mean, if anybody that got snubbed on the Vikings, it was Diggs.
Yeah, Diggs didn't make it.
Stephon Diggs didn't make it. So I mean, but no, he shouldn't have made it. Yeah. There's no way. There's plenty of players that's playing better than him right now. Our rookie Roquan Smith has been better than him this year. Any honorable mention? Anybody that was on the Cups? You think that shit? Anybody on the Cups?
Well, Calais Campbell. Okay, Calais Campbell. I know the Jacksonville Jaguars has had a disappointing season, but I will put Calais Campbell on the team, and I will impeach Cameron Hayward from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah. My man Calais Campbell, he has more than double the amount of tackles for loss that Cameron Hayward has, and he also has more tackles, more sacks than Cameron Hayward. Calais Campbell, I'll put him on that Pro Bowl, first ballot Pro Bowler.
Alvin Kamara. Since he's came to the league, he's helped, change the Saints. I mean, the Saints were already good, but he's took them to another level. Once again this year, he's got over 12 touchdowns, receiving and running the football. He's been tremendous. He's splitting time with Mark Ingram. Maybe that hurt him a little bit, but Alvin Kamara is one guy, because I think he's the Saints. Even though Drew Brees is the quarterback, and he's probably I think Alvin Kamara, they go as he go. When he has a good game, the Saints, that's when they ball out. And they got the best record in football.
Yeah, he had the game-winning touchdown last week against the Cowboys.
Yeah, so you got to take that into account. So Alvin Kamara, it's a lot of snubs. This just shows you NFL got a lot of good players. It's not an easy way to pick Pro Bowls because there's so many players that you can put on there. But Alvin Kamara is one also that you could have mentioned as well. You're watching Spectator Sport on SpectatorSport.com. When we come back, we're going to talk confidence points. And also, coming up later, the Bears, NFC North Champions. We'll talk about more when we get back. Welcome back to Spectator Sport, sponsored by SpectatorSport.com. I'm Zach Roach.
I'm Monty Wallace.
This is episode number 30. We call the Terrell Davis edition. The guy who helped put John Elway finally over that Super Bowl hump. Shout out to Terrell Davis. We got a big show for you today. We just talked Pro Bowl. We talking more football. We got the great, the surprising, and the awful. And the Bears are NFC North Champions. How about that? We'll talk about that as well. Make sure you go on SpectatorSport.com, click on the video, go ahead and subscribe. previous shows, previous clips, go ahead and leave comments at the bottom. You agree, disagree, bring it. We ready to argue, we ready to battle anybody. No, just kidding. But let's talk confidence points. Go ahead and break it down for us.
Yeah, in the NFL Week 15 confidence points pool, Zach Roach, he beat me 78-66, mainly because he took Baker Mayfield and the Browns. He picked them to go to Mile High Stadium and beat the Broncos. He gave him 5 confidence points.
Yep.
I gave the Denver Broncos 5 confidence points. Now look, the Broncos was winning this game 13-10 in the fourth quarter, and then Case Keenum threw a silly interception to the Browns cornerback TJ Carey, and Baker Mayfield knew exactly what to do with the momentum. He drove his team down the field into the red zone and threw a touchdown pass to his rookie 4th round wide receiver Antonio Callaway. The Broncos never took the lead after that play, and the Broncos lose. I lose. Browns win. Zach Roach wins.
The Browns are still mathematically alive for the playoffs right now.
Right.
But I think the Browns are going to be the Bears of next year. They're going to be the team that, you got to watch for. They're young. They got some great defensive players, and now they got that quarterback back there. Watch out.
So the Browns make the playoffs next year?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Bold prediction right there.
Yeah. Yes. They will be in the playoffs next year with Baker Mayfield leading the charge. Absolutely. But yes, I am winning. I won 78-66. I'm up. I got 1,199 to 1,100. Still 2 weeks ago. NFL.
You're smoking me, man.
Hey, listen. Anything can happen. 2 weeks left. Look, we've seen these last couple weeks. Anything can happen.
True.
Any given Sunday. And speaking of any given Sunday, this given Sunday right here is a big time Sunday because this got mad playoff implications. We talking about seeds, people maybe not even making the playoffs. And the first one we're going to start with is the Pittsburgh Steelers going to New Orleans to the Dome, to the Superdome to play who that? The New Orleans Saints, which is going to be a big time game. The Steelers coming off an incredible win against the Patriots, a defensive struggle.
No
Pittsburgh, the defense has got a lot better as the season went on, but they're in a fight and they have to win because the Baltimore Ravens are coming. They are coming, and they have to keep winning. The Saints, they're 12-2, still got the best record in football, still the number 1 team in football, but their offense has been sputtering a little bit. I don't know if that's cause of concern. Maybe they're just going through a little funk and they'll get it back. We shall see. What's your thoughts on this game?
Well, yeah, you know what? That Steelers defense you was talking about, they saved the Steelers season last week against the New England Patriots. That was a big clutch interception by Joe Hayden, all right, in the fourth quarter in the red zone on Tom Brady. Tom Brady was under pressure by the defensive lineman Cameron Hayward and threw that pick to Joe Hayden. Nice pick on the sideline. The Patriots only converted 3 out of 10 third down conversions in that game, and they had a season low 10 points in that game against that Pittsburgh defense in Pittsburgh. Now, also their 5th round pick rookie running back, Jalen Samuels, he had a big game, 142 yards rushing. No one expected him to do that. He filled in nicely for James Conner. Big game for that boy right there. Now, the New Orleans Saints, they are in a little slump offensively. They only scored, these last 3 games, they've been looking a little shaky here. They only scored 10 points in their loss to the Dallas Cowboys. They was down 14-3 in the third quarter to the horrible Buccaneers. They had to have a little comeback to beat them.
Yep.
And they just barely beat the Carolina Panthers, a team that hasn't won a game in 6 weeks. They only beat them by 3 points. But what do all those 3 games have in common? They was all on the road, okay? Now they're at home in New Orleans, and so I'm picking the New Orleans Saints. I got them winning this game 27-21. I gave the New Orleans Saints 5 confidence points.
Yeah, I got to go with the Saints as well. I think they're at home, they're at the Dome, and they've been bad offensively, and I know that's not sitting well. Even though they won the close games, it's not sitting well with Sean Payton and Drew Brees right now. They're going to figure out some things. They're going to do some different things. But I will say this. They do need another receiver on the opposite side of Michael Thomas. I see why they try to get Dez Bryant. They tried Brandon Marshall out. They cut him already. I mean, we got to remember, they lost Ted Ginn Jr., early this year.
Right.
They are really lacking at the other wide receiver position.
Cameron Meredith.
Yeah,
he didn't work out for them.
He's really not panning out. So they do have some weakness right there at the other position because teams are going to load up on Michael Thomas. Yeah. So we're going to see though. I mean, Drew Brees, they're schematically great, so they'll figure something out. But I got them winning this game. Steelers, I think they're going to fight. I think they're going to compete in this game. But I think when it comes down to it, I think the Saints get it done. I gave them 6 points, 28-25. I think it's going to be a close one. This is another big-time one. The Chiefs, Kansas City Chiefs, both teams coming off a loss. Kansas City Chiefs going to Seattle. Now, the Chiefs, now they're in the dogfight. The Chiefs have been in the driver's seat pretty much all season. But the Chargers, on the low, just kept winning. And now they have the same record. Now the Chiefs still hold a tiebreaker, but they can't afford to lose because the Chiefs could be a team that's 13-3 and be playing in the wild card round.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Think about that. They could be playing in the wild card round, so they have to win because they don't. The Chiefs I think they need home field advantage more than the Chargers would need home field advantage. Mm-hmm. They explode at home, so I think they really need to win. But the Seahawks come off a terrible loss to the San Francisco 49ers. Just awful loss.
Richard Sherman was loving it.
Yeah, he loved every minute of it. Yeah, I told you about Russell. So that was a terrible loss. But the 49ers have been playing good. I'm not going to hate on the Niners. They got to play the Bears. Nick Mullins has been playing some good football for them. So, but this is a big one. At the 12th man in Seattle, what's your thoughts on this game?
Well, you know what? This is a perfect storm for the Seattle Seahawks right here. They're number one in the NFL in rushing yards per game. And the Chiefs' defense is last in the NFL in rushing yards allowed per attempt. So, Pete Carroll, don't get fancy, don't get cute and pass happy and things like that because edge rusher from the Chiefs, D Ford, and their defensive lineman, Chris Jones, have combined for 25.5 sacks this season. You don't want to play around with that. You just want to feed Chris Carson and let him run. The guy's relentless with the ball in his hand. And so now the Chargers, they only had 60 total yards rushing last week against the Los Angeles Chargers. Look, the Kareem Hunt absence is starting to affect them, all right? Yep. They try to replace him with Spencer Ware and the guy Damian Williams. They can't hold a candle to Kareem Hunt, all right? Kareem Hunt was the best running back in the AFC before he has little TMZ, I'm so angry, I'm about to try to fight somebody stuff, and get kicked off the team. Right. Only two running backs I put over Kareem Hunt is Todd Gurley and Ezekiel Elliott, wow. Okay? That was a huge loss, and there's a lot of pressure on Patrick Mahomes, who is very capable. He can handle the pressure, but man, he's such a young guy. He only played one game last season, so you know what? I'm picking the upset. I'm picking the Seahawks in this game. I gave them 2 confidence points. I got them win this game 30-27. I'm going with the Seahawks.
I went back and forth with this one, and your point I agree with 100%. Carson and that offensive line of the Seahawks is going to have a big game, I think, against the Chiefs. They're going to run the ball, throw a play action in. Russell's going to hit him over the top a couple times. And that Kareem Hunt, listen, I know what he did was messed up and that's all, but for football game and football purposes, you can tell the Chiefs are missing him the last couple games because he's their bread and butter. He's their horse. He's the one they can rely on. Not only can he run the ball, he can catch the ball. He does so many things well. And they definitely are missing him right now. So, but the Chiefs and Mahomes is gonna do his thing, and I still think they're a good team. But I'm going with the Seahawks too. I got to pick the Seahawks too at the 12th man. And the Seahawks they gotta win. They gotta win because they lost last week. I know they hold their own destiny right now.
Yeah, Philadelphia's trying to creep up.
You got some teams creeping up right now. You got to go ahead and win and solidify your spot. I got the Seahawks 31-28. I gave them 4 points. 4 points.
Okay.
Yep.
We're on the same page.
Yeah. Yep.
I can't catch you. All right.
You're watching Spectator Sport on SpectatorSport.com. When we come back, the Bears are NFC North Champs. We'll talk about it when we get back. Welcome back to Spectator Sport, sponsored by SpectatorSport.com. I'm Zach Roach.
I'm Adi Wallace.
This is episode number 30. We call it the Terrell Davis edition. Shout out to Terrell Davis, 2-time Super Bowl champ, back-to-back with the Denver Broncos. Helped John Elway get those coveted Super Bowl rings. Shout out. Big show for you today, talking a lot of football. Bears. Ooh, we got to talk Bears, but later on we're going to talk the great, the surprising, and the awful. Make sure you go on Spectator Sporting and subscribe to that YouTube page. Previous clips, previous shows. You hear our opinions. You want to debate us? Go ahead and leave a comment. We got fire for you. We ready for all y'all. Check us out. Let us know. Bears, the Chicago Bears, after 8 long years, the Bears are NFC North Champions. They are at least going to the playoffs, and we have a home playoff game. What you got to say about that?
Man, yeah, that was a great game against the Packers, man. We had to go through the beast to win it, man. Yep. And I'm telling you right now, the Bears' fortitude to consistently overcome blunders and screw-ups has made them a legitimate Super Bowl contender. Ooh. Okay, the Bears, they was controlling the game. The defense was controlling the game in the third quarter against the Packers, up 14-6. And then, Matt Nagy called the fake punt.
Got cute.
Yeah.
He got that knack for trying to be cute sometimes.
Yeah, he called the fake punt, and here we go. The Packers drove down the field, scored a touchdown. They get the 2-point conversion. The game is tied. Then later on, the Bears drive down the field, win field goal range, and here comes the razzle-dazzle, cute, fancy little wildcat play by Tariq Cohen. He fumbles the ball, and we like, oh man, here we go. We about to blow another lead to Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers, but Leonard Floyd came through. He stopped the bleeding man. He don't have the club on his hand anymore. The broken finger is healed. The man is confident. He's out there celebrating. He got a nice sack on Aaron Rodgers to force the punt. And then Mitch Trubisky drove the team down the field. Great bounce back game for Mitchell Trubisky. Yep. Threw the touchdown strike to Trey Burton in the end zone. And then you got Tariq Cohen, the first ballot Pro Bowler, the return man, returns it all the way to the red zone, leads to a Cody Parkey field goal to put the Bears up 10. But the Packers ain't going away. They drive down the field, and Roquan Smith, nice deflation in the end zone to break the Aaron Rodgers streak of interceptionless streak. Okay, the record-breaking streak.
402 passes without an interception.
Finally, it was broken. Okay, yeah. And Eddie Jackson picked it off. First ballot Pro Bowler Eddie Jackson, free safety, intercepts the ball. Hopefully, his ankle is okay. He's probably gonna miss the next game, but he's second in the NFL in interceptions. Okay, and he's behind this guy, Kyle Fuller, who's first in the NFL, tied for first in the NFL in interceptions.
Also going to the Pro Bowl.
Another first ballot Pro Bowler, and so that was just a great game to overcome the blunders and the screw-ups, stuff that they haven't overcame in the past when something goofy happened, like when Benny Cunningham and John Fox, and he overturned when he tried to dive in for the touchdown. It was a little fumble touchback turnover rule. The Bears never recovered from that. The Bears recovered from blunders and screw-ups. That was important.
They've been doing that all season. The Bears, this is one thing I like. This is what gives me confidence about the Bears. When something bad happens or adversity happens, they do not panic. That's the thing I like. I think that's what Matt Nagy has brought to this team. They do not panic. They lost to the Giants, that terrible game. They lost to the Giants. Then they go to the Rams. That could have easily been like, oh my goodness, and that could have went the other way. They calmly just went down there and beat down the Rams. And then even after it showed me something. Even after the first game of the season when they lost to the Packers, when they was up 20-0 and blew that lead and they lost that game, a lot of people was like, oh, it's same old Bears, no different. But they came right back and beat Seattle, and now they're 10-4. So the Bears have been a very resilient, very, very good team of coming back from adversity. They handled adversity really, really well. That's what I like about them so far. And defensively, they were monsters. I mean, they sacked Aaron Rodgers 5 times, hit him 9 times. Aaron Rodgers was hearing footsteps. That's why he was misthrowing passes. People want to say he was inaccurate. No, he had a clock in his head because he knew Mac, Leonard Floyd, that was coming. I mean, Mac wanted to get to the quarterback so bad he put his back on him.
Hey, I couldn't believe it.
The back sack.
No doubt.
He has made the back sack famous.
I don't know how he did that.
Yeah, but the Bears, so it was none sweeter than putting Aaron Rodgers out the playoffs. That's a team that's been kicking the Bears' ass for like the last 8, 10, 12, 15 years. And they finally, and then put them out where, no, you're not going nowhere this year, you're going home. That felt good.
Yeah, eliminated the Packers and clinched the NFC North at the same time.
Absolutely. So shout out to the Bears, the Pro Bowlers, Khalil Mack, Akeem Hicks, Kyle Fuller, Eddie Jackson, and
Tariq
Cohen. Those force 4 on defense, they might be all pro as well too.
I think Eddie Jackson, Kyle Fuller, all pro. Khalil Mack, all pro. Hicks gonna have a little.
He gonna have a little competition,
but Fletcher Cox and Aaron Donald. So, but we might have 3 all pros on that defense.
No question about it. After watching this game, now we've seen the Bears. They've had at the beginning when they was like, well, they haven't played nobody. Now they played some people. They played the Rams. They played the Vikings. They played the Packers. The Seahawks. They've got a resume. It's not like they're not just beating cupcakes. Let's stop with that. Where do you rank the Bears right now? Give me your top 5 NFL teams right now.
Okay, I'm going to tell you this. All right, so the New Orleans Saints, all right, they have great road wins against Baltimore, Minnesota, and Carolina. They also beat the Rams. Saints are number 1, okay? Number 2 is the Los Angeles Chargers, okay? They have great comeback wins in Pittsburgh and in Kansas City without their star running back, Melvin Gordon. Number 3, I got the Chicago Bears. I got number 3. The Bears is the 3rd best team in the NFL over the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, the Chiefs, their defense is the 2nd worst team in the NFL in yards allowed per game. And we talked about this earlier, the Kareem Hunt factor. Okay, he went, he got all upset and everything. Charged people on TMZ, so he's gone. And Patrick Mahomes has a lot of pressure on him. I got them at number 4. Okay, and number 5, I'm gonna put the Los Angeles Rams there. They have 3 losses this year. I think they'll bounce back at this little slump there. But I'm gonna tell you one thing: the NFL better hope that Mitchell Trubisky did not have a turning point type of game in his career. Okay, that guy, because if he can put like 1, 2, 3, like some consecutive games in a row, like what he did against Green Bay, getting away from sacks, okay? Looking like he should be sacked, but getting away from it, keeping his head up, and not just trying to run, but making the pass, stuff he did in North Carolina. If he can just stay consistent and keep this going, there's going to be a big-ass parade downtown Chicago in 2019.
I agree with most of your list. Saints number 1. Look, they 12-2. They've been winning all year. The Chargers, I agree. I think the Chargers, besides the Bears, they probably have the most complete team in the NFL. They got the offense. Phillip Rivers is having a monster year right now. They got the receivers. We got to hope, Melvin Gordon, he's been injured, but he's going to be coming back, and their defense is solid. So I like the Chargers. I still got the Chiefs number 3. I know their defense is a little lacking. They miss a Kareem Hunt. But I got to see, they lost. I'm not going to get mad at them for losing to the Chargers, because the Chargers is a really, really good team. And they barely lost. They had them up 14 with under 5 minutes left in the game. So they really shouldn't have lost that game. Pat Mahomes, I think he's still the MVP right now. I got the Bears at number 4. Number 4. They close. They coming. They are coming. I want to see how they finish out this season. Now they want to, They've had success. I want to see them, now that they've won something, they got some, I want to see them continue to have this success.
How do they handle success?
How do they handle this success? So I want to see them be hungry, stay hungry.
Right.
And I don't think it's going to be a problem with this team, because they see the bigger picture, but I just want them to stay hungry. And then the Rams. I got Rams at number 5. I still got them at number 5. But they are struggling right now. They can't come out of it. But Jared Goff better get his act together. Yeah. Real quick.
3 straight bad great games for that guy. Detroit, Chicago, and Philadelphia.
Real quick. Now let's talk the Bears. They won the NFC North. Now the Rams opened up the door. Now, they still a game behind the Rams. They still a game behind. They have 4 losses.
We get the tiebreaker.
But the Bears have the tiebreaker. And the Rams, I think they play the Cardinals.
They play the Cardinals, yeah.
And then who after that?
San Francisco.
So you would say that's 2 easy games, but you never do. But so the Bears want to go into this game. They gotta go for it. Be ready to go, because you need all the reps, you need all the practice you can get. The Bears at the 49ers, and this is a dangerous game. The 49ers have won 2 in a row at home. They 2 good wins at home. They beat the Broncos, and then last week they beat the Seahawks. Yeah. So 2 good wins. What's your thoughts on this matchup?
Well, you know what? I look at the key matchup for the Bears right now, and it's really the Bears defensive backs against the 49ers receivers, okay?
Yeah.
Because Eddie Jackson, he's not going to play in this game.
No, he's not
going to play. He hurt his ankle. So now we got Deion Bush taking his spot at free safety, and this is his 3rd year. He was a 4th-round pick from Miami a few years ago, and I've been curious to see what Deion Bush has, see if he's a solid player. We're going to find out, right?
Yeah,
and Bryce Callahan, very outstanding nickelback for the Bears. He's out for the season. So Sherrick McManus filled in for him.
He had a good game.
He had a nice deflection on Randall Cobb to save a touchdown last week against Green Bay. He's a veteran. He's filled in nicely for Bryce Callahan. But now they got to go against this guy, tight end George Kittle, for the 49ers. This man was 5 yards away a couple of weeks ago from breaking Shannon Sharp's record for most receiving yards in the game by a tight end. He's number 2 amongst tight ends in receiving yards this season. Also, they got a rookie wide receiver from the second round, Dante Pettis. They traded up in the second round to get him. He was an outstanding return man for University of Washington last year. Broke records, okay? So he's extremely fast. He had 83 yards last week against the Seahawks. So all eyes for me is on Deion Bush, how he fills in for Eddie Jackson, and the secondary. I'm comfortable with pressing them, but it's really our Bears DBs against the 49ers receivers when Mack and them don't get home. They're not going to get home all the time and pressure the man, so I want to see what the DBs do.
And that's why I say the defensive line against the offensive line, because Eddie Jackson is one of the best safeties in the league, so I don't think they're just going to replace him. It's going to be hard to replace him. Now, Deion Bush, this is his third year. He's not terrible. He's not bad, but he's just not Eddie Jackson. Eddie Jackson is a playmaker all over the field. So that's why I think it's imperative for Akeem Hicks, Khalil Mack, and Leonard Floyd to keep going and keep doing what they do at the line of scrimmage. I mean, because Leonard Floyd has made the Bears defense really unblockable.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't playing that good, so you figured, okay, we stopped Mack, nobody. But Leonard Floyd now, the way he is playing right now, we talked about him earlier in the season. But since we talked about him, he shut me up. I mean, he's making play after play after play. He's stuffing running backs in the backfield. He's getting sacks. When he has made the Bears defense really hard to block.
It made no weaknesses.
Yeah, that's what it really no weaknesses. And you get Eddie Goldman, who's clogging that middle up. You can't run up the middle on the Bears along with Akeem Hicks. I think they have to continue to dominate that line of scrimmage. Nick Mullins, who's been a solid quarterback, who's came in and put some numbers and played pretty good for them. Hey, we got to get to him. Let's break his spirit early.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, break his spirit. Don't give him no confidence, and I think that's how you got to beat the 49ers.
No doubt.
I think it's going to be a good game. Who you got?
All right, well, first we got to figure out who the hell is Nick Mullins anyway, okay? Now, this guy, he has every passing record at Southern Mississippi, which is remarkable because that's where Brett Favre went, all right? So the boy got to be good, all right? And so he was a 2017 undrafted free agent, okay? He's 3-1 as a starter in San Francisco at home, so he's pretty good at home. And also, he's auditioning for other teams, okay? Because we know Jimmy G's coming for that spot next year.
He got to have it. They just paid him all that money. He ain't got no choice but to come back.
Right. So Nick Mullins is like, hey, Jaguars, Blake Bortles, he weak as hell. Y'all need to trade for me, okay? So, New York Giants, y'all don't want Eli no more. Y'all need to trade for me. So Nick Mullins, this is a great opportunity for him to go against the best defense in the NFL and have a good, solid game, put that on his resume so he can show different teams, like, look, you don't really have to spend a high first-round pick on a quarterback. You can just make a little trade for me. So now that's huge right there, the great opportunity for that guy. And also, don't sleep on 49ers defensive lineman, DeForest Buckner. He has 11 sacks. But you can sleep on Solomon Thomas. You can sleep on him. You can, dream on that guy.
Take a nap, bro.
Hey, man, look, that guy's looking like a bust. And remember in 2017 when the Bears traded up from the third to the second pick and they kept putting the cameras on Solomon Thomas, I'm like, oh, the Bears wouldn't take Solomon Thomas with the number 2 pick. Thank God they didn't, all right? And so, now I'll tell you something else. The Bears, they have 3 losses on the road, all to non-playoff teams, okay? The Green Bay Packers, the New York Giants, and the Miami Dolphins. All non-playoff teams, and here we are on the road playing a non-playoff team. Now, let me ask you this. In the last 9 games that the Bears have played in San Francisco, how many times have the Bears won?
I'm going to say 0, zip, De Niro.
The Bears won 1 game.
Okay. And that was a couple years ago when the Kyle Fuller rookie game. That's right.
No doubt.
Yes. You're right. I forgot about that.
That's the only time they won in the last 9 tries. I say they make it 2 for 10, okay? Yeah. I'm picking the Bears to win this game. I'm giving them 11 in confidence points. And you know what? It's time for a shutout.
Yeah.
It's time for a shutout. 24-0. Bears win 24-0. Let's get the first shutout of the season.
I got the Bears too. Look, they as long as they come focused, like Nagy's kept them focused. They won in the NFC North. Now it's time to go for that first round bye. I don't care what happens. Just go out and play to win. Play hard. Play your game. I got the Bears winning 30-14. I gave them 9 points.
Okay.
9 points. No doubt about it. You're watching Spectator Sporting on SpectatorSporting.com. When we come back, we got the great, the surprising, and the awful. We'll be back. Welcome back to Spectator Sport. It's sponsored by SpectatorSport.com. I'm Zach Roach.
I'm Michael Wallace.
This is episode number 30. We call it the Terrell Davis edition. Shout out to Terrell Davis, two-time Super Bowl champ. Helped John Elway finally get over the hump. No question about it. Dope running back. Make sure you go on SpectatorSport.com, click on the video, YouTube, and subscribe to that Spectator Sport page. Previous clips, more shows to come. Leave comments below. Go ahead and debate us. If we'll debate back with you. Come on ahead and check us out. No doubt. We've been having a great show, but now it's time for the great, the surprising, and the awful. Now, I'm going to start with awful. Who's been awful?
Well, the Orlando Magic's general manager, John Hammond, for drafting Mo Bamba with the number 6 overall pick. Okay, I don't have nothing against Mo Bamba right now, but see, the Orlando Magic already had Nikola Vucevic as their starting center. He's averaging 20 points, 11 rebounds a game right now. They really need a point guard for the future. They have DJ Augustine starting, so it would have been nice if they would have drafted Colin Sexton to be the point guard of the future, all right? And so Mo Bamba only getting 17 minutes a game, 6 points, 4 rebounds, less than a block a game. He's not being utilized. He's not getting ticked because Nikola Vucevic is there. John Hammond, that was awful, brother.
Andrew Wiggins. I mean, listen, you look on the surface, 16 a night, 16.3 points a night. That's not bad, but this was a guy who, when Jimmy Butler left, he got called out. He got called out to the public, and he hasn't really shown up. Like, Derrick Rose is the second best player on that team now.
Got him over Wiggins.
Yeah, right now, I'm not saying he's bad, but just out there playing, Rose is averaging almost 19, 20 a game. Rose has been the best, even though he's coming off the bench, he's been the second best player on his team. And Andrew Wiggins, this was the number 1 pick right here, and I need him to show. He just don't seem to have that competitive fire in him. Something is missing there. I don't know what it is. But Andrew Wiggins, when Jimmy Butler left and he called you out in front of the whole world, I expected you to respond and show people what's up. You haven't shown nothing. So Andrew Wiggins has been awful to me because he's not an awful player, but his expectations, his athleticism, and his capability, his talent, he should be playing much better for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Absolutely.
The great. Who's been great?
Well, you know what? This team was playing very mediocre in the first quarter of the season, but they've been hot lately. They just the Boston Celtics. They just had an 8-game winning streak snapped by the Detroit Pistons. Okay, and you got Gordon Hayward, Terry Rozier, and Jaylen Brown coming off the bench. They're averaging close to 45 points a game off the bench. That's a huge hit, just in case the Stars are not getting it going. And then this Boston Celtics team, they're 4th in the NBA in assist to turnover ratio, and they're 6th in the league in 3-point percentage. And with the starters, you got Kyrie Irving. He's going to make the All-Star team. He's adding 25 points and 7 assists a game. And Jason Tatum, will make the team, averaging 19 and 7. Okay, so they're holding it down. If they can't really get it together, you got those guys coming off the bench. And Al Horford, he had some knee soreness this year. He's missed several games, but he's getting healthy. He'll be back soon. They're peaking at the right time. The Boston Celtics have been great.
The Boston Celtics have been playing some good basketball, no question. But I got to go here. Now, the team is not doing as good as we thought they was going to do. But this guy, the MVP is back. James Harden. James Harden is back. He has been balling out. I mean, he said, look, I looked in the standings and I saw we was in 14th place. I said, no more. And that's basically what happened. You look at his last 3 games. Against the Lakers, he had 50 points, 11 assists, and 10 rebounds. And then against Memphis, he had 32, 10, and 12. And then against Utah, he had 47, 5, and 6. Amazing. James Harden has been putting on a show. He's been dunking on people. He's been traveling, shooting a step back jumper, but he's been knocking it down. 4-point plays, and he is essentially saying no more. He has put Houston on his back, and Houston is playing a lot better basketball since he just said enough, and he's starting to go off, and he's showing why he was MVP last year.
No doubt.
James Harden, surprising.
Well, you know what? Despite missing their only All-Star for 11 games this year, the Indiana Pacers is only 1 game back from the number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference right now. Okay,
I saw
they
that.
have 6 guys averaging double figures this year. Bogdanovic, okay. You got Sabonis and Tariq Evans. He's coming off the bench. Just to name a few, those guys are averaging double figures, okay. And their starting point guard, Darren Collison, he is leading the league in assist turnover ratio, okay. Leading the league in that category amongst starting point guards. And so it was unfortunate that they lost at the buzzer to the Larry Nance Jr. He threw Victor Oladipo out the way. He did a WWE move on him. I guess that's okay, all right. Refs let him play, threw him out the way, threw him on the ground, got the tip in. Very unfortunate loss. But other than that, man, it's the Indiana Pacers, they're relevant. Oladipo just came back a few days ago. They're going to go on a run. They are contenders in the East.
They are playing some good basketball, no doubt. What my surprising is your awful. The Orlando Magic, but despite the Mo Bamba pick, they are in 8th seed in the playoff in the East right now. Orlando's been awful the last few years.
No
and the
doubt.
fact they've been awful.
They've been tragic.
Yeah. Not the Magic, tragic, right. But they're in the 8th seed right now. They're playing pretty good. And the player that should be an all-star this year is say his name.
Nikola Vucevic.
Yeah, he should be an all-star this year. There's no doubt about it. We look in the East and we look at big man. You might say Joel Embiid has been the best big man. If he ain't top 3 big men in the East, I don't know who is.
Right.
He should make the All-Star team. I mean, he's a double machine. He's rebounding, he's scoring, and Orlando has drafted multiple big men to replace him, and they can't replace him. They can't replace him. You gotta face facts. He can play.
Yeah, that's why I was upset with them for taking Mo Bamba in the draft. They already got this guy on the team.
So they can play, but Orlando, despite the awful draft pick, they are in the 8th seed of the playoffs right now. They really have a chance to make the playoffs, and that'll be huge for Orlando. That'll be really huge because that's something they need. So that is my surprise right now. Still early, still a long way to go on all these, but
Aaron Gordon, he's elevated.
Yeah, he's elevated his game. So the guy they got from the Spurs,
Simmons.
He's a good defender. He plays hard. So they got some pieces down there. But Mo Bamba, I don't know.
All they need is a point guard.
Yeah, they gotta get a PG. Well, it's a couple point guards out there on the trading block. You never know.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. You're watching Spectator Sporting on SpectatorSporting.com. When we come back, some more NFL picks. We'll be back. Welcome back to Spectator Sporting, sponsored by SpectatorSporting.com. I'm Zach Roach.
I'm Adi Wale.
This is episode number 30. We call it the Terrell Davis edition. 2-time Super Bowl champion. Shout out to Terrell Davis. Big show for you today. Having a lot of fun today. Been talking football, basketball, Pro Bowls, all type of stuff. Can't wait till this show get put up. Make sure you go on Spectator Sport, hit that video and subscribe to that YouTube video. Go ahead and leave your comments, agree, disagree. Go ahead and hit that like button as well. Check us out, no doubt. The rest of our picks, we got a lot of our picks. We talk a lot of football. We talk Bears. We talk the other games. It's a lot of good games this week. A lot of games, like I said. Playoff implications at their all-time high. This is week 15. This is most day 15th game, 16th week. So these games are huge, and we're going to start off with one that's another huge one. The Texans jump over the New England Patriots to get, as far as in line to get that first round bye. They're going against the Eagles. The Eagles had a big time win with Nick Foles.
He lit them up.
Nick Foles lit up the Rams. I don't know. That team plays. I don't want to. Carson Wentz is the better quarterback, but it's a different type of energy when Nick Foles get in with them. I don't know what's up with that.
It's December.
Yeah, I guess that's the only time he plays. Right, December. So, what's your thoughts on this? Texans going to Philly.
Well, you know what? Deshaun Watson is the most sacked quarterback in the NFL.
Wow.
But last week he did have a good game against the Jets. He had almost 300 yards passing, 294. He had 2 touchdown passes, and he completed 78% of his pass attempts. Unfortunately, he was sacked 6 times.
Wow.
Okay. Now, their running back, Lamar Miller, he's having an ankle situation, so he's day-to-day. And last week against the Jets, the Houston Texans had a grand total. Their running backs had a grand total of 14 yards rushing in the entire game. Okay, so that's pretty pathetic. All right. So now the Philadelphia, we talked about this. The Rams, huge upset. They're upset by the Eagles, okay? And so Alshon Jeffrey, he's pretty happy. He's happy that Nick Foles is there starting at quarterback. He had 160 yards receiving last week with some big plays. All right, nice 50-yard reception against the Rams. And so now I'll tell you this. The Houston Texans have never, ever beat the Eagles anytime, anywhere. Never, ever happens in history. And so I say it continues. I'm picking Philadelphia. I gave them 3 confidence points. I got them winning this game 20-19. I think it's going to be close, but Nick Foles keep the party going.
Yeah, I got the Eagles as well too. I think it's going to be a good game, but in Philly is hungry. They desperate for a win. But if the Texans really want to be legit, they'll go to Philly and win. And they'll really put it down and lock up that first round bye. But I think Philly's going to fight. They're going to find a way to stay alive. I gave them 7 points, 24-21. Another big game. This is a very intriguing game. The Ravens, Baltimore Ravens, since Lamar Jackson started, they're 4-1 with him at quarterback right now.
Okay.
The Chargers, they are riding high right now. They just come off a 2-point conversion win over the Kansas City Chiefs. And right now they're tied with them. If the Chiefs lose and they keep winning, they get home field throughout. I mean, they probably don't care because LA, they don't get
a lot of fans.
Yeah, anyway, so
just move back to San Diego.
Yeah, you should just stay in San Diego. It'll be much better. But that's a different story for a different.
We won't have to remember to say Los Angeles Chargers all the time.
Right. You see LAC. You talking about the Clippers?
Right.
But the Chargers are balling. But the Ravens with a strong defense. Go on, play the Chargers. What's your thoughts on this game?
Well, you know what? The Chargers, they're going to get their star running back. All right? Melvin Gordon. All right? He's averaging 120 yards from scrimmage per game. Okay? And he has 13 touchdowns this year. He's going to give him a huge boost. Okay? And Keenan Allen, we'll see if he plays or not. He hurt his hip in that game when he scored a touchdown against the Chiefs. Now, the Baltimore Ravens, Roach was talking about their defense. They're tied for first place in the NFL in points allowed per game. Okay? So Terrell Suggs, C.J. Mosley, all those guys, Eric Weddle, are holding it down. Now, their rookie, undrafted free agent running back, Gus Edwards, he's averaged 97 yards per game in the last 5 games, mainly due to that run-pass option, the RPO he does with Lamar Jackson. Okay, so teams are afraid to let Lamar Jackson to get on that edge. He's so fastest quarterback in the league, probably the fastest quarterback since Michael Vick. Okay?
Yeah,
and so
he's super fast.
There's a lot of lanes open for Gus Edwards to run through, and because of that fear of Lamar Jackson, Lamar Jackson had 95 yards rushing against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last week. So, but I'm gonna go ahead. It's time for this man to stumble. It's time for this Ravens. They're on the road. They're playing LA. So yeah, I know it's probably gonna be a lot of Ravens fans there, but they had to go from Baltimore all the way to LA.
That's an expensive plane ticket.
Right. Those some die-hard Ravens fans right there.
Yeah.
But I gave the Chargers 4 confidence points. I got them winning this game 23-19.
I think it's going to be close as well too. I think the Baltimore's going to stay in the game because of their defense. It's going to be a physical game. A lot of running the football. But I got the Chargers as well. I think they'll find a way to, because the Phillip Rivers will find a way to make a play when it really counts. And I think they win 20-17. I gave them 3 points. 3 points. You guys can go ahead and check out the rest of our picks. Take a look at them. Look at the winner.
He's been hot.
Nah, just kidding. We're gonna hit touch a couple more games. This is one we disagree on. Green Bay going to the Jets. You got Green Bay?
Yeah, like I said last week, the Green Bay haven't won on a road since last year in overtime against the Cleveland Browns. I say they get their first road win of the year. I think it's going to be close, 24-22. I saw Sam Darnold doing some amazing stuff against the Houston Texans last week. But I picked Green Bay. I gave them 9 confidence points. Green Bay, they just need a win. They just need to... They don't want to end the season losing to they got a couple of games left, but I think they got a little heart left in them, so I went with Green Bay.
Green Bay is finna go through some massive changes right now. If I was the Green Bay organization, I would really consider sitting Aaron Rodgers down for these last 2 games. They say he hasn't been healthy all season.
Yeah, the fake injury.
Yeah, I don't know, I'm not
just dramatic to me.
Yeah, so, but I would seriously consider sitting him down, but he said he doesn't want to sit down. He wants to play. So, but they go into the Jets. The Jets is kind of finding a little groove. They're getting better and better. Sam Darnold is starting to play better. He's starting to learn more. And I think they upset the Packers in the Giants, you know, because let's be real. If it's the first quarter, the Packers don't have a lead on them, they're going to get less disinterested. They're going to get more disinterested because they already know they're not going to the playoffs, and there's a lot of stuff going on. A new coach probably going to be there next year, so it's a lot of things that's going to be different in Green Bay. Yeah. That's why I'm picking the Jets. I gave them 2 confidence points, 23-20.
And I didn't get my score. I got it 24-22, so I got it very close, but I got the Packers winning.
Any other game you want to talk about?
No, you know, he's looking at the other picks. Yeah. I see you picked the Broncos. I got Oakland. I gave Oakland only 1 confidence point.
I gave them a 1 point.
Yeah, that game right there. It's because Oakland's at home and Broncos got a lot of injuries.
The Rams play Arizona. You expect them to big bounce back?
Yeah. I gave the Rams 15 confidence points. The blowout, 34-13.
Buffalo going to New England. New England's going to bounce back?
Yeah, blowout, 33-17. Gave them 16 confidence points.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right. So, Colts continue and this Giants?
Yeah, Giants. No, Giants beating up on backup quarterbacks all day.
Absolutely. Baker Mayfield sticks it to Hugh Jackson again?
Yeah, he does. I gave Cleveland 10 confidence points. I got them winning 26-17.
Absolutely. I'm with you on all those. Well, you've been watching Spectator Sporting on SpectatorSporting.com. Make sure you go to SpectatorSporting.com. I forgot to mention my man has wrote some really dope articles. Also, shout out to our music director, Shard Crew. He's the one that provides the backdrop for us. There's been some dope beats. Go ahead and check out his SoundCloud at Crew Beats at SoundCloud. Go ahead and holler at him. He got some dope beats. If you spit fire, let him know. This has been a great show. I can't wait. Next week, we're probably going to be talking Bears and 49ers and much more. But in the meantime, in between time, I'm Zach Roach, and you're watching Spectator Sporting. You're watching Spectator Sporting on SpectatorSporting.com. In the meantime, we out.